23rd. Thursday, January 23rd. Happy birthday to my wife. Also, happy birthday, Tiffany Amber Thiessen.
Oh.
Yeah. Brought to you by DraftKings. NFL playoffs. We're talking about NFL playoffs. You bet we are. Getting in the action at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Scoring touchdowns is the key to winning in the NFL playoffs, and the key to you scoring big is betting on them at DraftKings, the number one place to bet on touchdowns. Ready to place your first bet? Try betting on something simple like a player to score 6. Go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app and make your pick. Here's another reason to watch your favorite players crush it in the NFL playoffs. New customers bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Score big during the NFL playoffs with DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code PICKCENTRAL. That's code PICKCENTRAL for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5 only on DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours.
How many did you take away? How many did you take away those from your kids?
Got to share.
It's such a reach. Such a reach.
Did you have any idea when you're getting pulled on?
I get it's enough of a thing where like you have to be questioned. You know, like I get that.
No, I'll be honest. I usually know what's going on. I have never heard of that.
I didn't.
I didn't know when. I thought you were going on for Will Howard.
Me too.
And then you got on, and when I'm gonna be honest, I know it sounded like you.
But it's very.
But how crazy is that? It sounds like you.
There is an accent to it. There is very much an accent to it that it's close, and of course it's close enough. But like
the first time I heard it, I thought Bosco. But then if you hear it a second time, you're like, oh no, there's a couple of syllables that are off.
I've heard his wife's voice.
If you listen to the wife, there's also an accent on the wife as well. The female voice has an accent as well.
Let's just say she doesn't sound like she's from Staten Island.
No.
No, you just come on. You have
listen. I deserve to be in the lineup.
But then
you put the lineup in there.
Freaking out about it almost made me like maybe it was him. But then I obviously know
I was freaking out because it was so ridiculous. Again, like
you can tell how confident he was though. Like when he was walking over, you could tell he had that strut.
But when someone says it's you, and then all of a sudden you start freaking out and saying you're a scumbag, you're like, oh, maybe it is him.
I walked in and Meek broke the news to me, and when I watched the clip back, the way that you leaned in to like listen to it, like I don't think it was you.
He was like,
no. The way I leaned in because they go, this clip is old, and I had no idea what it was.
But like if you.
I don't know if they're paying for sponsorship.
But if
can't
you,
give them too much press.
Point being is like you being on a burner account, like just if you had one named like Joey Yanks and being in a Big East Spaces isn't the most absurd thing.
That's what I said. I fit the description.
If you,
I definitely fit
if you
the
told
description.
me, I
Also, but that's what it is. It's like college basketball. John Fanta asking a question. I'm pretty sure was it about St. John's? Or is that wrong?
No, it's about UConn.
Fuck,
UConn.
I wish it was. Yeah, it was Sunogo, so it was like a long time ago.
Right.
2 years ago,
it was
2023.
Yeah, it was 2 years ago, yeah.
So, first of all, how is that? Who had that from now? That's crazy.
Probably Quiggs.
So you have basketball, you have a burner, which is like you literally tweeted off yesterday, so which is funny.
Among many burners,
it's just like, so you laughing about the burners thing was funny as well.
I don't know. UConn, I don't know. It could be anybody.
Yeah, but if you know me in spaces, I hold the court. I'm not asking like who should start. That's a dumb question.
Well, you love college basketball that much that you would be talking. Like it's not crazy for you. Yes, I agree with you. Usually it's saying like a funny question.
Yeah, but I go in my own space. I'm not fucking doing the living.
You wouldn't ask who starts. You're asking about St. John's fucking succession plan.
Yeah, no one is worse at tweeting a team whenever they win. Because you tweeted last night about St. John's. I know they were down, but they won again. Every time I look at your Twitter, I'm like, oh, St. John's lost. And they just won.
Every time I tweet, it's so
and they
bad.
covered in overtime.
I went to the game. It was unreal. Great atmosphere.
Are they the worst first half team in basketball, but the best second half?
So they're playing Providence, and I went with my girlfriend who graduated from Providence, and I already said I'm taking Providence first half and live betting St. John's because Providence is the best first half team. Kim English has no adjustments. Rick Pitino has all the adjustments. I mean, it was unbelievable.
Every time you're making fun of them.
Every time I tweet.
So they're 1-3 in quad one.
They only have one quad one win. That's a fact.
They're 14-3.
No, I think they're 16-3.
Did you see the thing I sent the other day too, Marty, in the group chat?
No.
They lost, I think, all 3 games by a total of 3 points.
5, I think.
Sure.
Total of 5 points.
You got me, Bosco. Just saying yesterday you hate gotcha guys.
So they have
Stay consistent.
So they have the same record as Alabama.
Yeah, I think so.
They are. If we're talking St. John's, they're so close to being a top 5 team in the country for me. Like, they win that Baylor game, narrative completely flips.
What's a realistic seed for them?
Right now they're on the 7 line.
I say 4.
I think the Big East has 4 teams in the tournament, though. I think it's a bad conference.
I think they're gonna get. See, the thing is, like,
You think Nova can get in? Like Nova's
no. I think the Big East fucked themselves.
UConn, St. John's, Marquette, and who am I missing?
Creighton's gonna get in, I think.
Yeah, Creighton.
Creighton probably gets in. Is that the 4? I want to make sure I'm not missing anybody.
I think you're going to.
Marquette, St. John's, UConn, and
Xavier, no.
But
Butler,
see, like,
no. DePaul, no. Seton Hall, far no.
Rutgers.
Rutgers in the Big Ten.
Shit.
You were just thinking East Coast.
Yep.
Yeah.
Georgetown, no.
Georgetown's a maybe.
Maybe.
They have some work to do just because they're a non-con and they lost a lot of close games. Point being with the Big East is like, yeah, a team like Xavier isn't a tournament team, but like talent-wise, they are good. Georgetown might not be a tournament team, good team.
But also Xavier could they're
like a better 8. I mean, it's a better 8-10 in that sense where it's like they have like landmines, but like pretty good teams.
Xavier can have just beat somebody again and be like back on the bubble. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I was high on them in Cincinnati going into the year. Sean Miller's a great coach.
Fuck
like
Cincinnati, Dunzo.
Yeah,
I gotta stop betting on them.
Their offense is so bad, it's incredible. But like even like Butler with Thad Matta is like a good coach. Like there's just so many good coaches. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's good coaches in the league. I mean, even Holtman at DePaul. Like I don't think DePaul will ever be good, but
right.
Clemmer, you see that Duke is undefeated since Thanksgiving.
I saw a graphic that Phil put up of people who are undefeated since Christmas.
Yeah.
And there weren't that many teams. So the fact that you're undefeated through Thanksgiving is really impressive.
yeah.
Very impressive.
Very impressive for Duke.
We can get back to college basketball. I think there's a ton of I guess we'll go to this one quick because it's a gambling show. It involves gambling. We showed it to Clemmer, or described it to Clemmer. I wrote the blog. It is one of the most unlikely covers of all time. Arkansas goes inside into the paint, gets fouled, laying 1.5. Kid goes to the line, hits the first.
Tie game.
So tie game, hits the first to go up 1. If you're a Georgia bettor at that point, you're like, okay, he's going to hit both. I can lose. Like, it's one of those, we committed the foul. That's kind of a bad beat. But that's how games end. The guy goes into the line.
It's a bad beat.
No
matter what there.
It's
if you're
bad, but
tied
it's not,
and you get a foul, it's not the worst. Like you're up 7. Like it's different when it's tied. But like
How much time left?
1.8.
1.8.
Are you hoping he misses on purpose?
No, because he needs to hit both anyway. You know, like
maybe the second one hits the rim and then it bounces off enough time. You know what I mean? Like
I don't think you ever miss in that scenario. I don't think you would ever miss the shot.
I get what you mean, but you also want to
with 0.3 on the clock.
There's too much time.
You can't. It has to be a tip at that point.
Right.
You can't do it. So it is what it is. But if he hits 2, I could be like,
yeah.
All right, I'm more mad at the refs or I'm mad at my own team, Georgia, for fouling. Like whatever. Okay, you could take that.
I know what you mean.
He misses the free throw, gets his own rebound in front of 4 guys, and then lays it up.
Right when he misses a free throw, you're like, oh my God, I covered.
Right, yeah, it's over.
And
then he has no reason to lay that up.
Let me tell you, if I had Georgia last night, it'd be a different show today. That would have been a lead-off. I would have been fucking fuming if that happened to me. But I had Arkansas, and I was like, oh, what a win.
You can kind of understand though the instinct though, like you don't even think about it. You just
But
also, like, what's Georgia doing?
They were tied. Part of me thought he thought they were tied.
How was Georgia not even he didn't even get defended?
Yeah, nobody boxed out. It's crazy.
He didn't get defended at all. I don't even know. I think. It almost, I don't know why. Did they even have guys lined up? It didn't even look like it, you know?
You have to have 2 minimum.
I know, but it's just like, where was everybody? They didn't even try and box at. It was 4 guys right around the guy. Didn't even do anything.
Yeah.
Wild.
Crazy cover. All right, the Jets hired Aaron Glenn.
Yeah.
Who was the defensive coordinator for the Lions?
Great hire.
It's just really frustrating. It's another first-time coach.
No
head coach experience. Another defensive coordinator. We've done this with Robert Saleh. We've done this all the way back to Al Groh. Herman Edwards. Rex Ryan had he had some success, sure, but you go through the list and it's just defensive coach after defensive coach. The only time since Al Groh that we've hired a coach that had experience was Adam Gase. That obviously didn't go well either. I don't know. I'm disappointed. I wanted Brian Flores. I thought he would have been the kind of big personality that could change the culture a little bit there, and also would fight back against Woody Johnson. He's kind of his own man. I don't know. I'm very negative about it, and that's definitely unfair to Aaron Glenn. Guy's never coached. Like why be more optimistic. And it's not against Aaron Glenn so much, just against Woody Johnson. I'm just so disgusted with the team right now. So it's definitely an unfair perspective, but just how I feel. I feel like this is a disappointing hire.
Let me ask you a question. So I think I agree with you that it's frustrating when you have another guy, no head coach experience,
Another defensive coordinator, no head coach.
And you just had a defensive coordinator.
He's had 6 of them.
I know, but like it's just so like right now it was the last guy you had.
Yes.
You know, if you like if the last guy wasn't, you're like, all right, maybe. I don't think it's that bad of a hire, to be honest. I know a lot of people are freaking out. I don't think it's that bad, but again, it's very unknown because he's never done it. Like I'm gonna tell you, one of them is not gonna work out. Ben Johnson or Glenn. One of them is not, and I'm leaning more towards your guy not working out.
I have no idea.
But
I also think it's fair to say, as good as they are coordinators, there's a very likely possibility that it doesn't work out for either of them.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
It's just the way it
I'm
goes.
saying if you usually you would say one of them not, but I don't think it's the worst. Like, is Brian Flores the answer?
I think he has, I said, he has the type of personality that can push back against Woody. I'm just such an anti-Woody guy. Now, I will say this. Like, when the Mets got Carlos Mendoza last year, I was devastated. I really wanted Craig Counsell. I'm like, what the fuck, Carlos Mendoza? Fuck this. I was dead wrong. Carlos Mendoza is a damn good manager. So, like, a lot of times as a fan.
And he came from a good team.
He did. A lot of times as a
The Lions, too.
A lot of times as a fan, like, you can have this, like, kind of negative perception, and maybe I am being too pessimistic.
I gotta be honest. I think if you hire Ben Johnson, obviously everyone's happy, but like it's still like you just had such bad coaches. You're gonna be pessimistic no matter what.
That's part of it. And it's just like I've been beaten down the last 14 years. So it's definitely unfair against Aaron Glenn to be like, I don't like this hire, but I don't like this hire. That's how I feel right now. I hope I'm wrong. Just like I was about Carlos Mendoza, I hope I'm wrong. I'd love to be wrong here. I'd love for this guy. And then right after he gets hired, I see reports that he wants Aaron Rodgers to stick around. It's like, what are we doing? Like, we won't get – if we bring Aaron Rodgers back, we're not any better.
You do. I hope.
But for what, though? Like, what is it?
Stats were good.
You say you hope you do. Like, why, Marty? This means we just go, like, 6-11. Like, what is
Exactly. I don't
– You hate the Jets?
I don't hate the Jets. I find them – listen, I'm not going to – I find it very funny the way they run their organization. Like,
I think that's fair. From
how are they an
watching the ship burn?
I don't hate them at all. Like, I actually liked.
I don't hate the Giants.
I don't hate them.
Burning.
I don't hate
you guys
them.
suck too.
Yeah, but we've won. You know, like we've won.
You have. No, you actually have.
That's where I'm like,
but I
it's
feel
not
like the
about
Giants. The
now.
last decade have been horrible.
The Giants
Yeah,
might
but
make
again,
bad. We might make bad moves and things like that, but we're not an organizational disaster.
It's not the like joke of the league. We're not though.
We
Phil.
are as a different tier. Like the Jets are a different
No,
tier.
you're a joke of a team, not a joke of an organization.
Yes, exactly.
I feel like they're
Right
trending
now
that
we're-
way though, Dukes.
No, we're on our
welcome
way
back
up.
in.
I think because
I
now
don't-
like we got rid of everything that we have a young guys on our
You
team
have,
that are starting
you have a
good.
coach and a GM that are in walk years, and meanwhile you should be trying to rebuild. I think right now your organization's in disarray. And believe me, I'm not saying the Jets.
Yeah.
Jets are
No,
a train wreck.
We're
See,
both
I think the
bad.
Giants are closer to this. Like, I think the Steelers are the epitome of what a good organization is.
Yeah, I do too.
I think the Giants are closer overall, entire history, closer to the Steelers than they are to the Jets.
Oh, of
Is that
course.
cor-
No,
History,
that's not even
yeah,
arguing.
we're not
No,
arguing
I'm
history.
talking just the last 10 years. And I'll say this. Even in the last
Yeah.
10 years, the Giants are closer to a model position than the Jets. The Jets are the bottom. I'm not saying any...
bad.
No, they're horrible. It's a disaster. I'm not... That's why I'm so negative about this hire. No, I said it's unfair to Aaron Glenn, so, like, that kind of sucks. Like, I certainly don't mean to be unfair to somebody. But, like... give the guy a shot. I had a lot of people I mentioned saying that, which is a completely fair take. I'm just kind of beaten down.
What I'll say though, Clement, what I mean about like I don't hate the Jets, but it is like it's like this year, right? I was kind of like excited to watch them because their defense was supposed to be good, and obviously Rodgers and
Right.
like I like Garrett Wilson, I like Breece Hall. Like you have exciting guys on your team, and I'm like, all right, this will
let's
be
see what
fun to
they can
watch.
do.
But then it's like, it's from an outsider perspective, it's pretty funny when they go for like everyone's saying Super Bowl, and then you're not bad enough to get the top pick still. Where like even like the Giants, like we're at least top 3, like we're the third.
Yes, you guys. I mean, we're top 7. I mean, at that point. I mean, I get
No,
it,
it's a
but,
big
like,
3 and 7's a big.
I think we both fucked up last year. I mean, I think we both completely fucked up.
Well, that actually goes.
In fact,
into
in
my
some ways,
next-
you guys fucked up more only in the perception of this. In that you guys knew you were going to be horrible, and you guys should have completely tanked, where we were surprisingly horrible, at least surprisingly to people at
Well,
Fort
this
Park
goes into my
and
next.
me.
This
I
goes
think
into
that's
my next point.
I think
though.
that's worse. Having expectations and tanking.
Oh,
I think
Yeah,
the Jets
way
were worse
worse.
than the Giants last.
Oh, absolutely.
we
I don't
knew
mean
we
like
were
that.
pretty
bad.
I mean in that like.
Well, like I think
how
you
the
could
draft
argue
pick settled in. I
you
guess.
could argue that the 49ers season was worse than the Giants. to a degree because
1,000%.
yeah, like that. I always
we knew we were
think
gonna be
it's
bad.
worse
You guys
than-
were optimistic going into the year.
We're
I
always
was
gonna be
the only one that was
optimistic.
down
though.
on the Giants.
But any fan that's not,
we were
any fan that's
optimistic
not,
being,
like-
you were optimistic too. You know,
No,
like
I
as
wa-
a,
I
oh
really-
my God, dude.
I really was last year. Clemmer, I said this year I did not expect to make the playoffs or anything. I said like 6 wins. That's not like optimistic.
That is optimistic
That is
because you were
optimistic.
supposed to be
I
the
don't
worst.
think
bad they were.
You were supposed to be the worst team, and you were, and it was like you could be optimistic.
Well, you guys have a pick before us.
What?
You guys have a pick before us.
Aren't you too?
No,
they're
we're
four.
Oh, you won the last game. Well, yeah, okay, but we were bad too, though. Like I'm saying, every team's. I was honestly on your side. It's like if you're not optimistic
I
about your
just
team
wasn't.
starting,
I was.
you were more optimistic than they were going to
I
be.
think you're wrong about that take, though, Marty. I think it's
Why?
okay not to be optimistic about your team. I'm going to write a blog about this later today. I think it's if your franchise is in the gutter and has been horrible and been kicking the shit out of you for a long time, it's okay not to be like this fake optimist.
It's not fake. That's where I'll push back because that's stupid.
Then you're just tricking yourself.
No, it's not. It's you can. So this year with the Giants, right?
Right.
My heart of hearts. You told me. You asked me we're going to win a Super Bowl. Obviously, no.
They were saying no.
We added the guy from Carolina. I was like, Burns. I'm like, oh, that's a good,
Got Malik
that's a
Neighbors.
good one. Malik Neighbors. I obviously knew Daniel Jones isn't going to be this. I thought he was going to be better. Yes, I did.
There was a world where he was playing for a contract and he could play better. Yes,
and then
that
you
was-
have and I didn't know about we got Singletary, which was like a fine running back even though Tracy became good. Like there was pieces on our team where I'm like, oh, I can convince myself we can hang with some teams, like that. There's a difference of like we're going to be so good, and then like, oh, I don't think we're going to be that bad. And I was wrong. We were that bad. But I think that you can have an optimism as you like. What's the point of being a fan? I think if you're to be a fan and go into the season like I get you can like you could just be like we're going to suck, but like I don't know. I like thinking, and then usually the past 5 years, week 2, Giant season's over. Your guys' mic's on.
Yeah. No, that's completely fair. You can have that take, but I think it's also okay to have a take like this.
Yeah.
This year is gonna suck. We're fucked, and especially like if you're a Jets fan, you've been beaten down 14 years. I think it's okay not to go in with expectations that are too high because you're just gonna get kicked in the face again. I think it's okay. I think it's
both
okay
are
not to have faith in Woody Johnson and what he's done to this franchise.
Yeah, but
he's so disgusted.
You did though this year.
I did, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
where
but I
it's
think, but I think
got
it's
fooled. Yeah, you got fooled.
fooled.
I got completely fooled.
But I think it's both are okay.
No, that's my point.
Yeah.
You did also kind of
Yeah.
laugh at us when we were like, "Hey, the Jets are cursed."
I don't think they're cursed. They have a bad
They're
owner.
cursed.
I will always laugh. They had stupid. Supernatural stuff's dumb.
No, but your owner's cursed because he's so.
If you want to say Woody Johnson is the curse, then we're cursed.
I
If you want-
swear to
that's
God,
fine. I'm fine with
Clemmer,
that.
I swear to God, you could have Patrick Mahomes on your team, you would not win.
I don't know.
I believe
We were cursed with Leon Hess too, though.
I mean, they did win one with him. So when did
He was the owner in '69. Okay, I didn't know that.
when did this mythical curse start? You
Yeah, I
know,
guess.
so like I don't
70.
know.
I think Joe Namath sold his soul. I really do.
I think we're unfortunately anchored to a horrible owner that has sons younger than me, so I'll be anchored to a horrible owner the rest of my life, and that's just what it is.
The day Joe Namath passes away, I hope he lives a long life. I will place a Super Bowl future on the Jets because that will meet Mark Gunn of the
does not
curse.
sound like you want him to live a
Yeah,
long
sounds
Yes,
like
I do.
you don't.
Clemmer, congratulations.
My dad was
Happy anniversary on the
convinced.
Mud Bowl.
Oh, thank you.
My dad was
What was,
convinced. What was the Mud Bowl?
that was the Mud Bowl. We're talking about the one in the '80.
Yeah, 83.
That's when the Jets lost to the Dolphins.
Yes,
Got shut out 10-0.
14.
Okay,
Shula didn't cover the field. My dad's still mad about
that's
it.
right.
Exactly.
They
Me
played
and my
it
dad
on,
just watched.
They played on Thursday?
Yes.
Yes.
Did any of
Thursday
you-
night
All the
football.
playoff games Thursdays back then.
Thursday night
Random,
football.
but did you guys? I knew it because I just watched that Sac Exchange.
Yeah.
The 30 for 30.
Yeah.
With my dad.
They made a full 30 for 30 on
I
that.
still,
An
I
hour.
still have to watch it. I keep
I'm
forgetting.
good on
Eight-
that.
I feel like
Clemmer,
I
that's what I
feel-
was gonna ask if you
It's a
watch
bad
it. Or
job
not.
on me.
Watch it. It's only an hour, so it's a quick watch.
Yeah.
Me and my dad, like my dad was like, "Oh yeah, I loved those guys." So like we watched it, and we got up and we're like, "That was the weirdest thing of all time."
That's why I have no. I heard it was so weird. I'm good. I don't even want
Yeah,
to.
What was it
You-
weird about?
how, Natty
It's
is,
unexplainable.
like
It's unexplainable how to
Did you
like.
see the clip of him going like telling like Brett Favre like
Yeah, Gastineau's lost his marbles. I did see
fucking
that.
weird. It's
Yeah.
like, bro, first of all, it's like 30 years from away.
He's been
like,
off for a while.
There's,
Right.
yeah, there's
Like-
a lot of. I feel like the allure of 30 for 30s disappeared to a degree.
Yeah, because
Remember when
they're
it
doing
used to-
them too fast.
Yeah, the commercials were coming up and like
Dude, there's
it was a great idea.
documentaries.
It was Simmons' great idea. It was
There's
an unbelievable idea.
documentaries now about like current events.
Yeah.
Which I hate.
They do turn them around really
Why do you think like Manti Te'o's one was so good? Because it was long enough that I forgot things, and then you're like, oh fuck, I can't remember. I can't believe that happened.
You also need time for the subjects to have like retrospective.
Yes.
You need them to have time to think about, process what happened, and also have a different point of view.
Yes, that's why I always say Manti Te'o's was the perfect timing. I think it was 10 years or something like that, and it's just like you forget how crazy the world was at that time.
No, so all in all, yeah, I'm not thrilled about the Jets. I hope I'm wrong. I'd love to be wrong about this one. I just don't have any faith in Woody Johnson. It's more of that than Aaron Glenn, I guess, which is unfair.
What do you think about Frank the Tank mocking the hire, tweeting out a clip of Aaron Glenn getting
Frank's got
burned?
to worry about his own guys.
I was at that game.
A Dolphins fan just like throwing jabs at Jets fans despite Dolphins not winning a playoff game in 20-something years.
Frank's needs to do it.
Yeah, I don't. Frank just doesn't.
What do you want to say about that?
Should
Anyway,
Dolphins fans be allowed to like talk
matter.
shit to the Jets?
It's
Dolphins
Frank.
fans can do whatever they want.
Dolphins fans aren't doing that. It's Frank.
Yeah,
I think Dolphins fans were. See,
Dolphins fans can't say anything. Everyone play.
Yeah, what do you mean?
25 years. I mean, it's like,
I'm actually with Clemmer and I'm with the Jets on this. I think that like the Dolphins fans will hang their hat on like we're just average.
Yeah.
Like,
and the Jets are a disaster.
And the Jets, like, they've won some playoff. They've had that Rex Ryan years, but like for the most part, a joke.
I don't think anybody. Listen, the Bills are on top of the world right now.
They celebrate 7 and 9.
Bills were bad for a long period of time too.
horrible for a long time.
But they've been dominant.
Dominant now, but again, no rings yet.
2 decades.
No
of the
rings yet.
century.
No, I'm just saying the past what?
5 years.
Yeah,
They've been really good.
Really good for 5 years. I'd
How
say
long has he
that.
been in the league for?
Allen was
2018.
but he wasn't good till like 2020.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think with this decade, they've been
No, it's
awesome.
fine. Yeah.
First
So-
2 decades, they were ass.
I saw something where for the it's very weird. Someone was like, "Oh, the Bills and the Patriots are rivals." It's like, no, we kicked their ass until 2019, and now they just kick our fucking ass.
Yeah.
So there's no there's no
changing the guard.
There's no exactly. It's more changing the guard. Where like the Bills and the Dolphins, I think are more rivals.
Bills don't
I
kick the
saw like a
Pats'
small
ass.
niche
Jets and
discourse.
Jets
I saw
and-
some AFC East discourse.
Jets and Dolphins had some very meaningful games over the years.
The Pats beat the
Very
Bills this
mean.
year.
yeah, the Monday night game. The Jets came
Yes.
back.
They've
back in
had
the
that's the
90s.
Jets. If you ask me who the Jets rivalry is, I would say it's the Dolphins.
Oh, I said the Patriots. Oh, for me, it's the
Yeah, I
Patriots
think
by
it's
a
Jets.
mile.
I think it's Jets Patriots.
I hate the
Maybe
Patriots.
See,
Reese,
because
like,
it's
no
also to an
bias.
it's the Belichick thing, and it's to the
Belichick.
extent that we kicked your ass for so long that when you kick someone's ass for so goddamn long, it becomes like a laughter on one end and just an absolute disgust on the other. Like, and then you guys beat us in the playoffs. Like those years really did form, I think, my hatred for the Jets.
Oh,
And then
I used to like the Patriots in the 90s.
Yeah.
I like Drew Bledsoe, like, let's go. The Jets are pretty bad. I'm like, all right, I'm in New England. I'm in New Hampshire. Great. And the second the Belichick thing happened, I'm like,
Right.
fuck this team.
I stopped hating the Jets for a while, and then I met you, and now I hate them.
All right, let's go. Fine. I've never stopped hating the Patriots. So.
You had something on the NFL draft.
NFL draft. So there's been some chatter. And I don't know if Duke saw this too, but there's been some chatter about like the Titans are saying they're not going to pass up on a generational talent. Right? Obvious. That's what everyone says on who has a number 1 pick.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of chatter that it's not going to be a quarterback. And that they're going to give Will Levis a chance, and that they've been talking about the Penn State guy,
Abdul Carter.
and that this is going, like, I saw that there's reports that the Patriots now are like, or something like this.
Okay.
So that scares me as a Giants fan, in a way. If the Titans, who are they need a quarterback, if they want Will Levis to be their quarterback, God bless them. I think we've seen
Will
enough.
Levis is a fan of us, so just shout out Will Levis.
This is just basically saying that the Titans are planning on giving Will Levis an opportunity, but
they also might be. This also might be posturing, right?
It might.
Right, they're like
But
a
I'm
bridge,
just saying-
a bridge quarterback, get someone in.
But
Maybe
I'm just
Or are
saying
you
this.
trying to tank next year too?
That's what I
and
think
then
they
you
should
have
do.
the quarterback the year after.
Exactly, which I think a lot of people are talking about, because the quarterbacks the next year are supposed to be very
Right, so they're
good.
really good, right?
Yes. So the thing is, I'm nervous about some things now because, one, I don't care that Will Levis is a friend of ours. Wasn't good last year.
No, it's terrible.
He was a bad quarterback.
He's a nice guy.
Meaning, they have the number 1 pick for a reason.
Yeah.
We also don't just blindly defend our friends on this show. I want that
Never.
out there.
Also,
Ever.
does Will Levis listen to Pick Central?
Fuck no.
Fuck him.
Exactly. He's not a friend of ours. then.
Does he listen to the crease dive or Big Central? Oh, he doesn't?
He
Fuck
listens to
him.
Bench Mob.
So what I'm nervous about, obviously, now is that if they go Abdul Carter or they go out with Travis Hunter, there's a quarterback no matter what for the Giants there.
Correct.
Unless someone trades up, which is maybe what the Titans are also asking for.
Correct.
To do to get Shador or to get.
Well, let's go through that hypothetical you're putting out there. Let's say the Titans don't take a quarterback. Why does that make you happy or nervous?
Because I was so set on Shador, right? And if the Titans are passing up on him, why should we be taking him at 3?
But should you worry about the Titans? Or the Titans have been kind of a disaster franchise themselves. Should they influence you at all?
I don't know. That's where I'm confused right now. Where it's like, because usually the number 1 pick is pretty obvious.
Most years.
This year it's not.
So it's almost like a draft day thing. You're getting a little spooked.
A little spooked, just being like, why is this guy? Why is this guy falling in our laps now at 3 when we were? Because at first we were like, we had the number 1 pick. We're like, we're getting Shador. He's wearing cleats. It's awesome.
Oh yeah.
From the Titans' perspective, though, that's what's so like. If you're a team that's always in the mix of the, I don't want to say the lottery, but like always in the mix of the high draft picks, like you swing and miss on a guy. It's like, here we go, fucking like.
No.
But they also, I guess you don't want to. What would they do if they took Shador? Because they did still have Will. Now you have. I guess you replace Shador or you replace Levis with Shador, but it's one of those things like.
But Levis was a late round, not late, but like
Levis is a
second,
backup.
round.
Like, he's just,
Yeah.
I wouldn't worry about Will Levis.
When did they take him?
Second round.
Second.
All
round?
right, so you're burning a second round and a first round, and you might miss on. You definitely missed on one, and you worry like.
Shador is obviously like such a higher ceiling.
I guess you used to see that with the you saw it with the Jets to a degree. They brought in Darnold. They brought in
We also had drafted Hackenberg in the second round. We didn't put him at all.
Hackenberg and Geno. Like you just see it where it's like you keep burn. Like you
Rotating.
shouldn't have to keep burning things on quarterback.
No, but like you also Levis.
They take fucking Zach Wilson. Like again, Jets get a high pick and they just keep missing on these quarterbacks that could break you down.
They technically didn't miss.
On Zach Wilson?
No, not on him. The other two you named, they're both doing pretty well.
Yeah, but they missed for them. That's not doing any good.
It is funny where it's like they didn't like. Geno's been a good quarterback in the NFL.
It's like being
being
an agent repping a movie star, and it's like they were doing fucking independent films, and then they leave you.
There's nothing worse
in fucking Marvel.
Snuff films, and now we're in Oppenheimer.
There's nothing worse. It's literally Josh Peck. You know, he's on. Josh Peck's on Drake and Josh, and now he's at Oppenheimer.
So here's a hypothetical I have because about this draft. I've been thinking about this since last night. Okay, so let's say that if the Titans and you're not interested in either quarterback, the Giants, let's say they are interested in Shador. There's been some rumors that. What's to stop the Titans being like, all right, Giants, you can have my number 1 pick, but I want X, Y, and Z back. That way everybody's happy. Titans will probably still get their guy because the Browns will likely take a quarterback, and then you guys get Shador. You don't have to worry about Cam Ward.
Yeah, and that's where I don't know. I don't know if the Giants they would probably ask for a good amount.
So do you? I was thinking this last night. Do you think that they came? Like I think these reports come out to try to put out they're looking at Travis Hunter, Abdul Carter, to try to get some like that. I don't think this was just an accident.
No. Of course, it's a little bit of a clout. Just hey, call us and see what you can offer us.
I think that was strategic in the sense that more people want Abdul Carter than Travis Hunter than they do Shador or Cam Ward. Like I think Abdul Carter is going to be looked at as like an all-pro.
Yeah, no, that's what I
do you know what I'm saying? Like I think that like if they were like we're interested in taking a quarterback, how much of a trade value is like trading up to get Shador? People would just be like, we're good.
Yeah, you know what's stupid too? Like as a GM, you take it's different this year, but like if you take Abdul Carter, there's not as much pressure as a number 1 guy that's on the defensive end than a quarterback.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And it's almost like Clowney went 1?
Yeah. Instead of Reggie Bush, right? That was the same draft?
No, not even close.
No,
to
Bush
same
was
draft.
All right, Phil. All right, Phil.
Well, I mean,
Who's the defensive player got taken
Mario
in front of
Williams.
Bush? Mario Williams.
I wasn't that crazy by Phil.
That's like a
Reggie
sign.
Bush is very far away
Bosco.
from Clowney.
Fair.
I think Clowney was in high
You might not even
Fair.
have graduated high school yet.
Fair. But to my point, I did
He
have
might have been in the league together for a couple years, though.
You didn't even have 5 tackles against MIT.
You would
There was
there.
definitely a defensive player taken above Reggie Bush. I remember where I was.
He's right.
Because they even announced it.
No, you
Draft
had
was
the
on
right-
Saturday. They announced it Friday night, and I was
You
like,
had the right ideas.
The right idea.
15
Wrong
years.
8-year-old Kevin McDougal just dummied you.
But that's also where the Titans can get if they take Abdul Carter and then Shador is unbelievable. It's like obviously that's what happens with the draft, But almost like
a tough look though. Will Levis playing quarterback and Shador is blowing it up though. That's tough for the Titans.
It is, but it's also like you can just be like Abdul Carter is also fucking blowing it up, and we need more help on our defense right now. Anyway, like we're not going to win right now with Shador as well, so maybe we build up this piece and get it next year. Like that's where a good GM is talking with his team and being like, listen, this is the plan right now. Like
if you we're talking, I'm just using him because we used him yesterday. If you like Will Howard and you want to get the number one guy, you're just like, okay, we'll have Will Levis and like Will Howard as our quarterbacks, and we'll just kind of maybe like throw in like a Jameis, just kind of see if it figures itself out.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Or they get like a bridge quarterback.
Is Justin Fields available?
Well, they have a bridge quarterback.
I think Fields will stay with.
I think Fields is staying with.
If I don't give a fuck next year, I start Will Levis 17 games. Why not? If I don't give a fuck, who cares?
Yeah, but I don't know. I always think
lose.
they care. I don't think any team actually starts out like let's lose.
Oh, I think you're wrong, and I think more teams should.
No, I don't think teams try to lose in the NFL. No way.
GMs,
it's physical,
not coaches.
It's a physical fucking game. No way. After a while, guys are like.
No, GMs, not coaches. Nothing to do it on the field. I'm talking about the guys in the building, in the offices. The guys that wear the ties. Those guys should be planning for disaster, intentionally.
I mean, the Steelers are kind of like they have to sign him.
Yeah, but I'm saying, does that open up Justin Fields then?
Yeah, I would love Justin Fields in the Jets.
Does he need a? He's free agent, right?
Aaron Rodgers to the Titans. We just did 4 trades.
There we go.
He's a free agent, right?
He is, right?
Yeah, I think he's free agent.
All right, next inflation.
I already said Daniel Jones is gonna be a quarterback of the Raiders.
People are saying Darnold.
I like him in Nashville.
No, the Raiders gonna make a bigger move than that.
ESPN had like their bold predictions. I saw it on an Instagram post. It was Darnold to the Raiders. Was what people.
That would make sense. I think Brady wants to make a splash too.
Is that a splash though?
Compared to Daniel Jones, yes.
No, it's not Daniel Jones. It's where they have. Obviously, anyone's a splash to Aiden O'Connell right now, and fucking whoever the quarterback is, Gardner Minshew.
I don't think you.
Is that your? I don't know if that's a splash.
If you're trying to win, or you say you're trying to win, I don't think they should be trying to win. I think they also should be tanking as well. If they're trying to win, then you can't go in with Daniel Jones.
So you think they should trade Max Crosby then?
How old is he?
I want to say 27. How old is Max Crosby?
He's 29.
Yes, I would absolutely trade him.
Why did you know that so fast?
Is that true, Dukes? Or you're making that up?
He's looking it up.
I don't know why I hate the line.
Ah, damn it.
So I was right.
I think. I mean,
so I was right.
How would we know what Max Crosby's age is?
Well, I said it.
I know. But you don't need to say it then. Just be like, I don't know.
See, my thing is, I want to guess it, and then I'll look it up and find the actual answer.
So I was right.
Yeah, he was good. I mean, he was going to be at 33.
27.
Yeah.
27's different. 29 definitely. 27's different.
I would say he is top 3 in the league.
Yes.
I would certainly see what I get for him. If I can get like if I get multiple ones for him, yeah.
They have
he was already on the trade block this year.
Unbelievable tight end.
What's the return for him?
Huge.
For Crosby.
Huge.
Multiple ones?
I don't know. I don't think anyone's multiple ones anymore. I feel like
I don't know about that.
I don't know. There's some good players that go for like round 4.
I know. Then no.
Let's go through it. Would Mahomes get multiple ones?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
He answered it honestly like a fucking idiot.
You just answered.
He just said.
Yes.
He just said that.
All right, Josh
We're
Allen.
gonna go through the list.
Josh Allen get multiple ones?
Yes, of course.
What are we doing
You're
here?
still answering these questions.
But Marty just said no one gets multiple ones.
Because
and
he
you
doesn't
say
get
bro,
traded.
I'm making
he's
a
not getting
joke because
traded.
no one's trading Mahomes and Allen. That was the
No
joke of
shit,
it.
of course.
All right, fair enough.
Actually, I'm going to use
I
the
never
word.
said
I'm
this is going to happen. You're asking what the return would be.
Never going to get traded. I'm going to use the word never.
Oh, of course.
Burrow?
I mean, but we know what they probably
Lamar?
should. I don't know what you're trying to do here.
I'm just saying the Raiders are pretty fucked in a lot of ways. Where who's their number 1 wide receiver? I know Brock Bowers is really good, but
Probably Jacoby Myers.
They need more help. And
I saw some speculation Jacoby Myers back to the Patriots.
why would you pay Darnold $40 million to when you're not ready?
That's a great
to
question.
win
That's
as
a fair
well?
point.
'Cause that's a lot. Like you can allocate that money in different ways than a guy that you don't know is going to be.
I think you're right, Marty. I'm saying I don't think that's what they're
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Is there any other quarterback that's going to go? Okay, so Cam Ward and Shore, we all agree are going to go top 3 probably, right? Maybe 1, 2 even. Is there any other quarterback that's going to go in the top 10?
No.
Top 10? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I could see Jackson Dart going first round.
But no one top 10.
No, I don't think so. I think it's just those two.
Okay.
Yeah, I think.
Because I'm looking at my Jets, right? We were the 7 pick. So, like.
But who else is like? Who else is in the top 10? I gotta see who's in the top 10 that might reach.
So it's
quarterback.
Titans.
Because I'll tell you right now, did I think that Bo Nix was gonna go to the top 10? No, I didn't think.
Right.
So.
Well, Knicks went 12, I think, right? Am I wrong about that?
I think you might be right.
I think I'm right.
Regardless.
I'm never right about
So
that.
it's Titans,
10 and 12.
Browns, Giants, Pats, then Jaguars. They want to think.
They don't need one.
Raiders, they could.
Need one.
And then us, the Jets.
Need
and then
one.
Panthers.
Don't need one.
Yeah, I think you're
Saints.
reaching. I think you're
Need
reaching
one.
at 7 for a quarterback.
Saints
then,
need
Jets.
one,
Yep.
and the Bears
yeah.
don't.
So the Saints at
Knicks
9.
did go 12, so you're correct.
Who's
I think
who's
you're
11?
reaching at 7.
I think so too. Maybe you trade down.
But like, we also didn't think JJ McCarthy was gonna go to the top 10 last year.
No.
I
fair.
did.
Besides Dukes.
It's fair. Oh, yeah, you were a JJ guy.
Still am.
All right.
But
Is
JJ
there anyone you think
wasn't
is going to be in the top 10 this year? You were right about JJ. I'll look at your insight.
No.
Okay.
I'm all in on Jackson Dart, by the way. I want this known now that I am all over this guy.
I think that one riser is going to be Dylan Gabriel.
Okay.
I think a lot of people are down on him for like no reason.
I think
I know
he'll
his height
I think
is-
he could sneaky be the Penix of last year, where people were like, "Oh, actually, he might be a first-round quarterback." I don't know about top 10.
And he sneaks in the bottom of the first round somewhere. Okay.
It's just that top 10, there is, I think, 4 to 5 teams that need a quarterback. But I don't know if it's worth.
Right. That's where it's weird. So the teams at the bottom, like if Gabriel sneaks to the bottom of the first round, most of those teams are teams who made the playoffs don't need a quarterback. That's where it's very like it's kind of a weird
Right.
thing.
Right.
You know what I
I'm
mean?
trying to think of.
You got Pittsburgh at 20.
But there is
I-
there is
I-
a team
Bosco,
though
but-
that might need one, and it's the Rams.
Rams are at 26.
The Rams might need
They got
one.
Stetson Bennett.
How many more
He's
years
back.
of
He's out.
He's good.
But so in the NFL draft, sometimes the teams that pick at the bottom, they'll trade out. The Patriots are notorious for it. So other teams could trade in, and
Are you mansplaining this?
Yeah, he's-
Rico?
That was a little. I think he got mad at the Mahomes comment.
I'm actually with you. You deserve that after laughing at me for the number 1 pick. I was simply saying yes.
I know. I'm
You
taking.
asked me a question, I answered it, and you laughed at me.
Listen, the people who say I can't change, like I'm taking
Overly
taking things in stride.
Bosco's
home.
very
Yeah,
good. at taking
Bosco's
things-
back today, too. I was like,
I'll go-
vindicated.
I'll go down in the
he takes
basement and
things in
hit the
stride with
fucking
me.
heavy bag, but I don't like obsess about it.
Mansplaining to people. Mansplaining to Bosco is very funny.
Yeah, it's fair. It's fair. When Phil does it, it gets me enraged.
Well, he does it as a dick. I'm doing it like
Yeah,
clearly sarcastic.
exactly.
No, I'm
voice.
still a rider. I stood up for you. I said it wasn't you on that phone call.
Oh, that's standing up for him?
Yeah.
Where did you stand up for him?
Meek was ecstatic to tell me that you freaked out in the office.
No,
Yeah.
it wasn't.
Where did you?
I don't think Bosco. Do you think that was a Bosco freakout?
Yeah,
He
of
can't- I
course
didn't even
was.
see it.
That was a Bosco freakout?
I mean, is a freak out.
A little bit, I guess.
He's calling his wife on the show.
To prove his case.
I
That's
understand, but
that's just being a good
That's a
detective.
freak out by Rico.
Oh, I think it's a good detective.
Him,
No, that was a-
saying I haven't wanted to kill someone in a long while.
That's a good
I think
He
that's
said
a
that?
funny one. He goes, whoever clipped this and sent it, I haven't wanted to do this one. I want to kill
When
them.
he called Gaz like a piece of shit or something.
And he called guys a scumbag. I'd say it's a freak out.
Gaz did the
That's
very.
fair.
Gaz did the bait and switch.
No, it was
Gaz
all
was like, "Hey, you
war.
ready to go on the show today?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Oh, he did.
100%. And I go, "I don't know what it would be." I don't know what it'd be. He goes, "Yeah, I don't know." I was like, "I heard the Will Howard thing's like buried deep in the topics." Like, I don't know. Yeah, it could be anything.
So was that
And
you
then he
asking
fucking-
Austin, like, am I on the top?
No, Austin texted me last night and was like, "Be ready," and I was like, "What did I do?" And he was like, "The Will Howard thing is way low down the
So
thing,
he
but
did
just
the bait
in
and
case,
switch on you, too.
100%. Listen,
They're all against you, Bosco.
business. It's like a fucking law firm. McCarthy, Golzinski, and whatever the fuck Austin's last Jenkins. That's what it is.
The Red Scare?
The- yeah.
McCarthyism?
McCarthy, Golzinski, and Jenkins. And they know what they're doing. But I roll with it. It's like you can't, it's
You are the roller. You
Yeah.
roll with every
roll
punch.
with it. Roll with the punches.
That's what
like a
Bosco's
tide.
tagline is: roll with the punches.
It is. I think you have to be. Can't say I'm not changing.
Vindication for Bosco.
Yeah.
The accent was so so obvious. Dave was McCarthy is America.
You should do that, but just Photoshop your face.
Oh man, that guy was eating rocks like I was. Jeez, that was
Dukes, you can open up the calls as well. Let's do this quick. I think it's pretty obvious, but grading Super Bowl matchups we could do. So Kansas City, we'll start kind of at the bottom. We're mixed in. Kansas City, Washington. This goes back to the thing we used to talk about each week with the like the slate. Like you got an ace, it's like blackjack. You got an ace team, but you also have. So does Washington move up to you at that point because they got all the way to the Super Bowl? What would you grade? Like it's a compelling story. They are playing great. What would it be? What kind of impact would that be if this team was the one to stop the Chiefs' run of a three-peat? Like I originally graded it as a D. I think I'd get to like a B minus.
So
maybe?
this is where I'm at.
I do think there's
I don't think there's anything less than a C on this.
I'm at this right now.
There also is a possibility of a blowout, so like you have to be prepared. Yeah, I think it's like B minus C plus.
Yeah, me too.
I'm at this right now. Jaden Daniels.
But it does have the upside to be an A. If Washington wins that Super Bowl in a like that could be an A. I guess
of course, but it also could just be like a
100. I think it's more likely that it's a.
This is where I'm at.
Win,
if you look at rookie quarterbacks of what they've done, and what their defenses, like I think it was Brock Purdy, rookie, had the number 1 defense. I think that somebody else had a number 3. His is like, I don't know if you can look it up. The Commanders are either like, it was like 16th or like 20 something. I think it might have been like 24, like something bad where it's
I
like.
saw it the other day. It wasn't that bad.
Look at, it literally came out today. I saw, but
They don't have an all-time.
regardless, it's not a top 10 defense, you know, but he's making them so much better. It's insane, and he deserves every credit. And I do agree with Bosco. At first, I was like, do I want to see them? No, but also the Eagles, like, they haven't, like, Saquon's exciting. They haven't been that exciting to watch, but like they're the team that you want to see.
I don't think the Eagles.
Do you want to see a rematch of Chiefs Eagles? I guess I don't know. Like I honestly want to. I just want to see the Bills. Kind of, but also I'm okay with a three-peat.
I want to see the AFC teams are so much more interesting than the NFC teams.
1,000%.
So it's like any combination. Either way, we're going to get a good Super Bowl.
I actually
AFC
wish
team will be represented.
we can put some of these good teams in the NFC.
Of course.
The Commanders have the 29th rush defense, 3rd pass defense. So I think they're.
So that's So it's
total
probably 16,
13.
13.
So
29th is bad.
Yeah.
Of rush defense.
I think you got to.
Which is also
because they're a good team though too.
But also that should
People
show
aren't
you
running a lot of them because they're trying to pass to catch up.
Well, that's what should show you this week that they're in trouble.
Why? What do you mean?
Saquon.
Oh, well, we'll see. We'll see if that's. Well, is it a situational thing or is it a problem with the team? I don't know.
No, I think their team lets up a lot of points.
They do.
Like even the Lions, they still gave up 28 points. Like it was a shootout until they just got to the 41.
The Commanders defense wise, like they are. If you're just looking at it from like a yards perspective, the Chiefs are like 9th with 320.6 they give up. They're 326.9, so they are close to be like they're 6 yards away from being.
But I do think Clemmer's right
further.
where they're in.
Go up to number 5 at that point. Go up to number 5.
314.5. That's too much. I think 10 yards is a lot. No.
10 yards over the course of a fucking game.
Yeah,
The average.
Go up though. What's
10 yards over the course of a game. 278 stands
no,
out.
look at the Eagles. That stands out.
100% stands out.
Well, I'll tell you this.
That's
this is
demonstrably
why,
better.
Guys, this is why Clemmer's right in the way where like their offense is scoring so much that these other teams are like they're past. They're just like blowing teams out.
Right.
This team, you know, like I don't know how else to.
And also, if you keep scoring, that just means the ball goes in the other team's hands. It's like more possessions to get yards with.
Yeah. You can allow yards. It's a matter of
Jaden Daniels
points as well.
You're scoring 40. They've scored 40 points like 4 times this year.
You know what I like to look at for some of these
And they've
stats?
also-
It's like first half because then the game isn't decided yet.
Yeah.
How is the defense? In the
And
first
also,
half?
Jaden Daniels is keeping the defense off the field by scoring 40
True.
points. Where it's like, but again, this is no slight against them. I don't know, Rico. I get what you mean. Where like I'm like, yeah, the Commanders make it. I'm gonna be excited for them. Like I'll watch it. I have nothing. I shouldn't want any of these teams to win because they're in our division. But like, hey, it's good for our division.
I have a question for you guys. Not counting, no betting, just fan. Just who do you want? Rank the 4 teams in order of who you want to win a Super Bowl.
Chiefs.
Over the Bills.
No, actually, well, with Dave's bet, I guess Bills, but
Dave's bets. I'm talking about what you want as a person.
it's good for the company. I do think the NFL is.
The Bills winning after losing 4 in a row would be kind of wild.
I think the NFL is built on dynasties. Pittsburgh in the 70s, San Francisco in the 80s, Dallas in the 90s to a degree, Patriots for 20 years.
Yep.
You now see the Chiefs like changing the guard. I think anyone who says, "Oh, it's boring," the same teams win everything. That's just
stupid.
That's just dumb because that's how it's been in the NFL. I think a team you get to see somebody go 3 in a row. Right. We have now seen the inception of Mahomes' career. Like I didn't get to watch Montana. I didn't get to watch Marino.
Quarterbacks have done back to back.
Bradshaw,
Aikman.
Brady
Aikman.
hasn't.
What did you say?
Brady hasn't.
Yeah, he has.
Brady went
Yeah, he has.
Back to back?
Brady had a shot.
Once. Right?
They won 3. Didn't they win 3 and 5?
Yeah, Brady had a shot to do like 4 in a row. It was like
Brady left a lot of rings on the table.
yes.
They won. They won.
That's
the
the most
Rams and then lost and won 1.
The most fascinating thing to me in Brady's career is that 10-year gap.
The early part.
That's the
2001.
most
2000. So they beat the Rams. Well, they didn't win the next year.
So that's not back to back.
But then they won the next 2.
Okay. Oh, so that's what you're
Boom,
getting.
boom,
To. Got it.
So Brady, Aikman, who did I say? Bradshaw. Bart Starr, right? The Chiefs, Packers won the first 2.
No one's done 3.
No one's done 3.
It'd be the first.
Never. No one's done 3.
So like that's pretty cool. But also for me, like as a kid growing up, watching the Bills lose and lose and lose and lose, to see them win would be kind of wild.
I gotta be honest. I don't care who wins. I want the Bills to win because my future. I don't care who wins that side.
I've already seen the Redskins win. So like back in the day, now the Commanders, but I've already seen them win. And we've all seen the Eagles win.
Yeah, I want to see Bills.
I would say
Chiefs.
Eagles last. I do think. I guess it's cool to see if the Bills do get over Mahomes.
Do you remember any of those? Are you too young? The last one, do you remember at all?
Bills ones?
Yeah.
Oh, not at all. None of them.
I'd rather see the Commanders win than the Eagles.
The first Super Bowl I really remember, like, not even watching. Again, you go to the party as a little kid, you run around the fucking basement. But, like, ask my dad, like, who won or the build-up to it was the 49ers Chargers in it.
Oh, yeah.
Blowout.
Blowout. Awful. Maybe the worst Super Bowl I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's the weird thing with Super Bowls were on a bad run for a long
Oh, my
period of
God.
time.
Horrific run.
That
was the joke.
Everyone should count their blessings now of the last 20 years. You can count on one hand the bad ones. And even people want to say the Patriots-Rams was a bad one. Still close, man. It was a 10-point
That would be in the top half of the 90s ones, believe me.
Yeah, it was a bad one, but it was 10 points. Broncos-Seahawks was bad.
That's like the only true stinker.
And then that's it for a long period of time.
Yeah.
Ravens-Giants going back to 2000.
That was a lot.
Few and far in between. All of the Patriots games were compelling in those runs.
For some reason, my grandpa.
What else stands out?
Bucks Chiefs was kind of like a blowout.
The Pittsburgh Super Bowls were all compelling. They were with them in Green Bay.
The Colts Saints one was.
Colts Saints was down to the wire.
Yeah,
that was a good
And
one.
No,
second
I think NFL Films milked that one a little bit. You know, like when you look back at games, was it that good?
Yeah, it was
Like
good.
there was just memorable moments.
No memorable moments.
What was the final score?
I think it was a 2-touchdown game.
Yeah,
Because there was
I
a
think
mad
so.
moment.
But didn't the Saints did the
started the
Saints
second half with that onside kick.
the Saints get a late score to make it 2 touchdowns?
six.
No, a late score to make it 2 touchdowns.
There was like a mad moment, like Madden 11, where you had to take control of the Colts and like get a touchdown, recover the onside kick, and score another touchdown.
Let me tell you, did Meek say that he rode for you?
Yeah. Why?
What do you think got clipped for the show today?
Yeah, 100%. The Mario.
Oh, that's a
thing.
funny clip.
The Reggie Bush, you know?
That's what it is.
Oh, is that what they clipped?
Unbelievable.
That's what it is.
Oh, by the way, can you walk back your at least just say you were wrong about the playoff thing, or are you not gonna do that?
No, don't do that.
I'm not doing this.
I'm not gonna fight with you. I'm simply
finally
asking
just
that.
moved
I
past.
had a lot of people who asked me to bring it up. Would you at least just say?
Yeah,
I
so
was
there
wrong?
so there you go.
Yeah, it was.
The pick 6.
I think
so. The Colts were driving. That's a 74-yard pick. That means they were on what, the 25-yard line, 26-yard line, if my math is correct. Indianapolis is driving to tie the game.
We don't know. It could have been a long pass, but right.
Well, regardless, it's 1 point game in the fourth quarter. It's a good game.
No, it's a 7-point game.
What?
24-17.
Yeah.
Going into the fourth quarter.
Oh, going into the fourth
Yeah.
quarter, 1-point game.
17-16.
Yeah,
That's fair.
you're right.
That's
So
fair.
it's like-
That's a good game.
yeah.
Well, that's a
good game.
great game.
Yeah.
We take that.
Yeah.
So no apologies then on that.
No apologies for that.
Marty,
I stand
no,
by
no,
it.
after that.
I was wrong.
For the thing.
Yeah, it was a good game.
No? I'll drop after that. I just want Marty to apologize. Just say we're wrong.
Apologize? No, I won't apologize.
You just say you were wrong.
I will give you this.
Okay.
I do think you were right of it being it's not the playoffs,
Appreciate it.
but there is still some what
Okay,
I
no,
just
I'm listening
admitted it.
I'm
I
listening
just
to you.
admitted
I'm listening to you.
it. do think that like having a chance to get into the playoffs. I know it's a playing game. Still is the playoffs, but I get you're right. Sure.
Okay, I will. I'll say this. It's a weird purgatory.
It is
It's
weird.
not the season, but it's not the playoffs. It's a weird purgatory.
I do think my point of the play-in game in college basketball, and people say that's a tournament. That doesn't make any sense then.
I think legit.
Is that fair?
I think the NCAA thing is a completely different animal, but I will say it's a weird purgatory.
Your rationale is sound.
Yeah.
Your rationale is sound. You're legitimately by rules. The play-in tournament is separate from.
Should
the
we all like that? Was
here?
That was big of me, right?
That was very big of you, and I'm bending a little bit too on my end. Like it's not the season.
Yes.
So I'm giving you that.
Because it's not the regular season.
It's because this regular season count for regular season stats either. Yep. So that's all. I just wanted a peace treaty. That's all I wanted.
Look at that. Look at all.
Look at that. Right.
Look at all of us.
Peace
Ready?
treaty.
We're all fucking.
That's maturity right there,
double
Bosco.
jerking.
Peace treaty.
You proud of me for that?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, you know what I want out of you? I want an opinion out of you.
Oh yeah.
I want like a fucking
Not out of that.
Not that one.
Have my-
I want you arguing with one of us. You haven't argued with us in a while. It's me and fucking him.
Yeah, I'm not. I guess I don't have the topics that are coming up. I'm passing on.
You don't
know what
have
I mean?
a Jew. You don't
It's
have
like listen. It's like poker.
Like
what's
Bob Cousy.
something?
Don't you
It's like poker. It's like poker. You only play I'm playing the hand. Like,
No, you
play
haven't
every
played
hand.
any hand.
Played a hand in months.
You haven't played a hand that you were passionate about ever in a long time. I want a Bosco passion.
Yeah, let's go.
All right.
I want one take, but I'm like that. You're like, give me a take soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, come in with the hot take bus.
3.5 years left.
I've got passionate with things like throughout the course. I don't think I'm completely passing on all the topics.
You're not.
No, not all.
Like 3.5 years left.
What does that mean?
3.5
Of what?
until St. John's coach leaves.
Yes.
And then you have to just figure out
yes.
who
Still
comes
don't know
in.
who they're gonna.
Yeah,
get.
St. John's. I get it. I like.
Still don't know who they're gonna get.
faculties.
They're not improving the facilities.
They are.
They're not recruiting CHSAA kids.
Nope.
Oh yeah.
Well,
no,
your
but
friend,
that's-
your
that's-
friend's doing that.
Yeah.
So that's a.
Are you
that's
outdated in your like? Are you who you actually hated at one point? Like when you were 26 and you were like,
Is
this fucking
Duke your
boomer.
therapist right now?
This guy's like fucking screaming like he's not recruiting city kids. It's like, okay, to NIL, just pay for the fucking best player
Yeah,
from
I
Georgia.
guess. No, that makes sense. You're right. It is a little outdated. I know it irks the St. John's people, so
So you know where to hit.
yeah, I know where to hit. And I'm moving. And they keep saying it too. They're like, you're
saw-
moving the goalposts.
My algorithm was algorithming last night. I don't know if you saw. I actually know you saw it. I saw someone take a swing at you, being like, Rico used to be the guy that. Did you see that one?
Yeah, I never hung out with that guy. That's
You knew who it was?
I knew exactly who it was. That's a far leap.
I didn't see
Never
this.
hung out with that
I didn't see this, Bosco.
I'll
What's
send
that?
it. It was.
What happened now?
There's a
I wrote a blog about Reese.
blog about Rico Bosco wrote a blog. I'm all for healthy eating, but plant-based Reese's are a complete waste of time. So like he's telling his kids,
There's also the
Right, yeah.
there's also the clip from Healthy Debate where they say, "What's your number one candy?" I say Reese's. Like they're digging up everything.
it's just kind of
Listen,
funny
I
like
fit
that.
the crime. I like Reese's. I like college basketball. I like Fanta. I totally get it, but it ain't me.
Also, I see Gaz retweeted this. The
Gaz
clip.
is in his
the
bag.
Reggie Bush clip.
Gaz is in his
You retweeted it?
That's unbelievable. He's really out to get you today.
Let me tell you, Pick
bag.
Central's on the rise though because of Bosco, so that's also good.
Always with Bosco.
He's in his bag.
Bosco on this show.
I had a stinker last night in Furman. Lost outright by like 9 to VMI. I did not expect that at all.
I tell you, I
VMI's really bad, and I would have my backup pick would have been Georgia. Thank God I didn't take that. So I was cold last night. It is what it is.
leaned up.
Did you? Oh, good.
Leaned up. I made a big pushback in our standings. I was the last. I'm back to third now.
Nice.
Wow. I mean,
Well, that's a big push.
Yes, it is.
There's 4 people.
push.
It's a big push.
Wow.
Well, it's
Lost
more
it
than push. What's it now? What's
I think you're in trouble.
I think I'm dead last again.
Let's see.
Ev's the only one positive.
It's positive. I'm -5. Yeah, Rico's -10.
Fucking the Thunder
Dukes
didn't do
is-
dick until the fourth quarter.
Dukes is struggling. Dukes is in last.
Dukes is in trouble. Yeah.
Picks tonight. I like UC Irvine -6.
Do you guys want to take any calls or I have like 2 on?
Yeah, take the 2.
Put 'em on.
Yeah.
I like UC Irvine -6. I think they're a team that actually can be sneaky in the tournament as well. They got a good little point guard and they
Ryan
got
from Long
a nice
Island.
big guy.
Ryan, are you
Hey,
there?
what's up, guys?
What's
Ryan.
up?
Just talking Florida basketball.
Oh, this guy's
I
the
feel
state
like
of Florida. This is our Florida. He's our Florida correspondent. If we were CNN, we would go to this
Yes,
guy for
sir.
Florida basketball.
Okay.
You remember he's got the future?
Yeah.
What is it? I finally got my teeth back. Great win yesterday. We're learning how to win in different ways. I don't love that we got out-rebounded, but solid game.
They're a scary team. They're very, very talented, but they scare me.
That was an improbable win last night. They were showing Dawn Staley up like 7. And then I actually, like the other games, Kansas was taking care of TCU in the quad box. And I was kind of like, I'm out of this. And I zoomed in on St. John's. And then I go back to the quad box during commercial. And they're interviewing a Florida kid on SEC Network. I go, what the fuck happened here? Like they won, they came back from what, 7 points in a minute and a half or something?
Wow.
7 points in a minute and a half, and they were down 14 at one point.
Yeah.
It was literally insane. Like, every time South Carolina put out a kill shot, they answered right away. I bullshit you not. I switched away from the game multiple times thinking we were done, and then got sucked right back in.
Yeah, I think Florida's really good. You got a pick for tonight?
I don't have picks for tonight. My gambling style, a little different. I'm a futures guy. I like looking ahead. I feel like I make a little bit more money, and there's a little bit more of an edge. But wanted to let you guys know, what is it? I caught UConn women and St. Mary's on January 10th. Feeling so good about that right now. UConn women national title, St. Mary's to win the West Coast Conference.
St. Mary's is top 30, I think, in both efficiencies. They're very good, efficiency-wise. Yeah,
no doubt.
UConn women has Paige Becker, so I can't.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
It's a good strategy.
I like it.
Sir.
All right, good luck.
But stock for you guys before I go, Texas Tech and Louisville. Look at them to make the Final Four.
Yeah, I like Texas Tech. I would put one of the futures, if you're building a briefcase, I would put Texas Tech in a future.
They're good.
And then Kelsey, obviously, I think Kelsey could break through. I like Kelsey, so yeah, it's good. I like both of those.
Yes, sir. Have a great day, guys.
All right.
Thank you.
Phil, give us the last one.
I think this guy's name is Sam. I couldn't hear him, but I want to talk NFL.
Oh, yeah. What's up, guys?
What's up?
So, yeah, my ideal Super Bowl matchup would be Bills and Commanders. I think there'd be about 70 points in that game. But I also wanted to call after yesterday's show. Hey, Clemmer, I don't want to hear the words steroids and Albert Pujols in the same sentence. That was blasphemous yesterday.
What?
And then,
what did I say that?
hear,
what did I say that was wrong? I said there has been rumors of that. Like I said, Will Clark. Now to Pujols' defense, Will Clark. He said, "I'll sue you, Will Clark." Will Clark, shut the fuck up. But like there has been there's been enough smoke where I could see one writer leaving off a ballot. Do you think that's a crazy take?
I guess, yeah.
You think it's crazy?
Pujols, best hitter of our lifetime.
Yeah, I think you could probably. Well, Barry Bonds, I would say, is a better hitter. No.
Yeah, I guess statistically. But then I also wanted to hear Bosco's take on the Mariano Rivera news after he was talking about him yesterday. I think.
We kind of took that off the topic. We took that off the topic sheet, but
yeah.
It's tough with lawsuits because, like, I could sue somebody and put whatever I want in the claim, and then that hasn't been verified, that hasn't been adjudicated. Who knows, like, what I'm saying is even accurate? So, like, it's just hard to, like, cast blame off just because of a lawsuit. I don't know. It's a weird story, though, I'll say that.
Yeah, fair enough. I just thought it was weird how.
It is weird that we were talking about it yesterday.
It was weird.
I know.
I didn't expect people were sending it to me. I was like, oh
so
shit, I didn't
somebody
expect it.
in the okay, I thought it was a joke until like in the chat.
No.
And then I just looked it up.
Yeah, but it's just like it's just someone that it's not like it's like he was found guilty or anything.
No, it's simply just a lawsuit. Now, could there be
it is kind of crazy though that you can just make a lawsuit and then like that's fine but then like TMZ or whatever can just like say
report it
what's happening and it's like, and then when someone looks at it, you look at someone on the street, be like, oh, Mariano did this.
Yeah, it's a slippery slope.
Crazy.
Slippery slope.
That's the problem with kind of instant news now. You know? there's not really a verification process anymore.
All right, thanks, buddy. Again, I'm on UC Irvine tonight. Like the guard and like the big guy. I think they take care of business even on the road. Clemmer, what do you got tonight?
I'm on the Pacers -3.5. This game's in France. It's at 2 o'clock. So if you're interested in some kind of day basketball.
Don't they play the Spurs?
Spurs have been pretty bad of late. I think
They're
they've
going to go
lost
against Wemby in France?
They've lost, I think, 6 of 7, something like that. And the Pacers have won a bunch lately. So, yeah, it's 3.5. Right. Like I said, it's in Paris. Hey, taking a side there on the Pacers. But you're right. You're right, Rico. Wemby in France. We'll see what happens.
Marty.
Illinois -7.5 coming off a loss against Maryland tonight. I'm going Oregon State -13.5 against Pepperdine. And then I was going to do an NBA game as well because I saw one I liked. Hawks -4.5 at home against the Raptors. And then I'm also going Thunder -13.5 against my Mavs because
Thunder let me down last night, Marty.
Lively's Dunzo. 2 to 3 months he's out. So they got to make some moves, the Mavs. Because Luke has been hurt for the past, I think, 15, 20 games.
Yeah.
It's been good.
When's he back?
I don't know.
They need him back.
Yeah.
Dukes.
Kyrie's playing well.
He has been. He's been carrying
do anything.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Am I?
You're up.
Towson -13. Celtics -5.
Happening? Having a stroke?
Is this bingo?
Bulls +1.5.
Okay.
Question mark?
Just say it. Someone's listening is going to be like, I don't even know if I'm confident anymore. But yeah, I like the Celtics tonight. I like the Bulls as well. I'm kind of with Clemmer at this point. I do not find the Warriors very good.
No, they lost. They lost again last night.
Some good NBA games last night. I was watching. Pistons are good. Pistons might be my favorite team to watch.
They're interesting, right?
Yeah, I mean, I remember having a conversation in the kitchen about Cade Cunningham, with Playboy Marty. Actually, shout out Playboy Marty. He was like, "How good do you think Cade Cunningham's going to be?" And I was like, "I've never been so sure that someone's going to be a superstar in the NBA."
Huh.
I think when the Olympics roll around the next
Somebody
time,
else knew that.
who you?
Marty Mush.
And Bosco.
And what? Oh,
Bosco got the interview.
Oh.
We were
Early on.
I was very
Not like it's like a hot take. I mean, it was like fucking like
Yeah,
he was the
number
number
one
one high
pick.
school. He was the number one pick, number one high school kid. Like,
I think they
but it
only
was just
lost-
like you just see his size and his skill, and I like
the player a lot.
Still like to this day, like, and it just that Oklahoma State gym with the TV angles, like watching his shot.
Yeah.
Like, I don't.
He was unbelievable. He had some comebacks that year.
He
I
also
think they
could have
made
been
this-
a quarterback, but he liked the air conditioning.
Oh, big day today. They lost second. They lost in the second round.
They
real
lost to
answer.
Oregon State.
They lost in the second round, but he didn't have much talent on that Oklahoma State team. And
So
he made them,
everyone like. There's guys.
Yeah,
I
I
remember
know.
like Avery Anderson was really good. The zero with the headband. Caleb Boone. I'm pretty
I know
sure his
people are
name
going to
was.
say it's corny too. When he was out of the game, he was dialed in. Like guys would come off.
Yeah, that's corny as hell.
Okay,
That was really corny.
he wasn't a prick about it though. It wasn't.
No, he is. You are right. I mean,
He
he's
was
also
dialed in. He was talking to guys on the bench. He was clapping. Like he wasn't a prick of like I'm out of the game. Fuck this sulking. Like
I like that. I'm with you, boss.
I think that says a lot as a point guard.
No, you are
Especially
right.
it wouldn't say so much as a small forward. It says more as a point guard.
Would you also like? I think that a lot of NBA players, you could just be like stashed on a shitty team, and be like, "Fuck it, I'm just chucking up shots to like get my stats up." But that's not who
Right.
he is. Like he's really been through the entire process of like building like this Pistons, quote unquote, like.
I can't
core.
believe his brother got fired after he left. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right?
Wonder why.
Wonder why if he was only
on the.
there for
Wonder
that,
why he
yeah.
was on the team.
Boynton
Oklahoma State.
never got a job
He
either, right?
I still don't think he got a fair shake because like he got the allegations right after
Yeah, that's fair.
Cade left. Like always was.
It's weird. Guys like he was a guy on the rise, and now guys like that, you wonder if he'll ever get a job again.
He
but
will.
That's. We'll see. I mean, he could get something low, but yeah.
I mean, he got slammed for those violations. That was bullshit.
Yeah.
Beard has a job.
Yeah.
What a crazy stat. The Pistons, they have 23 wins right now, okay? The last time they had 24 wins in a season, 2019.
Dude, it's crazy. The Pistons were
24 wins? It's not hard to do.
Pistons were my favorite team growing up.
The Ben Wallace teams?
Just because my favorite player was Ben Wallace.
Okay.
I loved him. I loved Ben Wallace. The way he played was my
I
favorite.
would have loved the Pistons when I was a kid.
Yeah, I know. And then they just have been a disaster.
They turned around, though. They're on the run. I'm with dudes. That's a team to watch.
Yes. Very fun.
Wemby in France, like we said, I'll take Victor Wembanyama, 35 plus points. I think that's plus 235 is what I got at. I think he's just gonna start chucking. I think he's gonna go off tonight in front of his home fans.
There was a very funny Simmons clip I
Plus
saw today.
245.
It was like, how could the Spurs will never be under 500 with Victor Wembanyama? He's like, what's their record? They're like 19-23. Okay, 19-23.
He usually knows that stuff. That's
it was
weird.
just so. It was you couldn't like time it. Like,
It's always funny when
I'm
you do
surprised.
that.
That's like a me slip to me. That's a me clip. Like, it's
I mean, I buy their stock. I think they're gonna be a playing team, but
yeah.
like they're not like.
He's gonna get that's not making the playoffs.
No, it's not.
But they're on the rise though.
He's gonna
in the
get a
playoffs.
second start.
It's not made the playoffs. That's fair. Unless they win, unless they get past the plan.
The Spurs stink.
No, they don't. No, that's not fair, Marty.
They're
They don't.
so
Why?
close to being so good.
They're
They're not
You
that
think
good.
they stink?
They're not that good. They're below average. Yes.
I think like Utah stinks. The Wizards stink. They're above that.
Yeah, but right
They
now
stunk
they
last
need.
year.
They need. He's so good.
You don't think that I personally think that when I look at the Spurs, the West is loaded.
Yeah.
The West is absolutely loaded. So like if you're the 9th or 10th, I don't think you stink. But they're young. I mean, you got Wemby, you got Castle, you still got like Keldon Johnson,
Took
you got
LeBron
Jeremy
3 years to make the
Sochin.
playoffs.
Yeah, no.
You know who'd be
I'm
a-
saying
I-
right
I-
this second. I have nothing. I like
I
Wemby.
think they're
Is
a year
unbelievable.
away. I think they're a
yeah.
year away from being like
We're from what?
Playoff team.
You know what's a great
No,
thing, Robin,
don't you
from the
dare.
Net?
from being like not to the same
A
extent.
contender?
No.
Okay,
From
'cause
being
that's
like
what I
the
thought you were
Thunder,
saying.
like what the Thunder were like 2 years ago. It was like, oh shit, they're in second place.
Yeah.
Like the Thunder have way like now it's like you're like, well, that's like they had pieces that weren't like they didn't have Jalen Williams when Jalen Williams was Jalen Williams.
Yeah.
No, I think the Spurs are on the rise. The Pistons are on the rise. Those are teams to watch. Like 3-4 years from now, if you told me those teams are really ultra competitive, I would be surprised if they weren't.
A year ago, I was begging for Cade Cunningham to get traded to the Spurs.
Right.
Still kind of am.
That'd be wild.
Never forget, me and Marty had to go watch the Pistons live twice when they were the worst team in the country.
I went with
gotta,
you one time. Remember when the Michigan State game got canceled? Or was that just
Yes, that was the weekend we went.
you? To Little C. Oh, we had Little C's.
We had Little Caesars.
Great time.
There were some Tiger fans there, which was bizarre. But that's it. Yak is up.
Wait, I was
What
want
do
to say
you
one
got,
thing.
Phil? What could you possibly have?
De'Aaron Fox would be a great Robin for Wemby.
All right.
Would love that.
We'll end on that. Yak's up next. See you tomorrow for one of our final football Friday.